So I want to talk about the foliage technique in the Effortless collection. I am so excited about this collection because I feel like it's getting back to the grassroots of hair. You know, we see so much editorial and everybody wants to be super blonde in one sitting, but I feel like this is more for the everyday woman. I feel like this is ready to wear hair, and I love it. I love the fact that I can customize it to each and every client, to their lifestyle, their wants, what they're looking for, and really give them just an amped up version of themselves. So when they look in the mirror, they still see themselves. They don't see, something that's such a departure from them that they don't know how they're going to keep up with it. And I love that the foliage is super easy to do. It's effortless, you know, but it's super easy to do. It's a pretty quick technique. It's easy to catch up on, but it's something that you can offer your client that not every other salon is doing. Um, so the sectioning, and I'm going to include some pictures. So let's talk about the sectioning. Your sectioning, you're going to have 5 sections, 2 in the back and 3 on the top. So you're going to split it from the crown of the head and have your 2 sections in the back. And an easy way to think about how you're going to pull those sections for your balayage is think about inverted triangles. Everything is going to be in an inverted triangle. You're going to take that triangle and you're going to do your balayage, and then you're going to split that corner, split that tip off that triangle, and that's your foliage. You're going to do that up the head, and then the part that blows my mind is how quick it is. Once you get to your second or third section, you're actually going to pull from the front, and that's going to be another triangle. So it's so easy to recreate this look on every client, every hair length, every hair texture. So let's take a look at let's take a look at the sectioning. So you've seen the sectioning, and you can work the front. The good thing about it, you can customize that front so that it falls into the client's part line, so that they get maximum benefit from it. You can customize that money piece once you get up there, which is awesome. And I really wish we could find a different name for that. I'm kind of over money piece, but whatever. So you're going to lay your balayage. You're going to surface paint. You don't want to push all the way through. You want to surface paint. So a good tip that I tell people when it comes to balayage, don't think about the bristles. Think about the belly of the brush. So if you've ever, laid acrylic, I know most of us in cosmetology school had to do at least one acrylic nail. Now, when you do that, you use the belly of the brush to, pat that ball into place. You want to do the same thing with balayage. So you're going to lay your balayage, both sections of that V, and then you're going to split the tip off that bottom inverted triangle, weave it, that's your foliage. And then you're going to blend it up, fold it up, keep doing that. Now and let's take a look at some pictures. So you've seen what the back looks like. So now let's look at the top. Talk about what the side sections are going to look like. Your partings, you always want to keep your partings parallel. So you're going to do a diagonal forward, and that's going to be easy to remember because that's going to be easy to follow because your sectioning from the arch of the eyebrow is going to be a diagonal forward. So your parting is going to be parallel to that. And depending on the client's thickness of hair, the thickness of the client's hair, that's what's going to tell you, whether you're going to do 2 sections or 3 sections. We did 2 for this. So once you pull the front and that section in the back, you've got your triangle. Split that tip off the top of the triangle, split that off. That's your foliage. Now, because you're directing that hair from the back, you're going to get, you don't have to worry about, oh, am I going to get blonde in the back because it's all coming forward. Think about where you're pulling that hair from. It's gonna be just fine. Um, so let's take a look at some of the top sections after we've gotten it done. Now our formula, let's talk about formula. Okay, we used the Kenra Simply Blonde Cream Bleach on our foliage with 20 volume. For our balayage, we used my absolute favorite clay lightener with 30 volume. And that's open air. You don't have to worry about it bleeding onto the other hair. But I do want you to remember that the more product you have on there, on that hair, the lighter it's going to get. So make sure you don't want to be able to see that hair under that product. So in the top, once you get to your top section, you're going to section out your money piece, and let's take a look at a picture of that. So you sectioned out your money piece, and that's going to be balayage because we want a nice, soft, diffused line around that face. We don't want this client to feel like they have to come in every 4 weeks and get this touched up. This is for the hairy mother, the woman that works 9 to 5 and she has a hard time getting in. We want her to have a nice, seamless, beautiful grow out. We want it to look like she just was on a yacht in St. Bart's and her hair got lighter and she looks gorgeous. So, and when you get to the top, you're going to split that in half, and then you're going to work from corner to corner, and those are your triangles. You're going to do the same thing. Split that triangle off, and the tip, I think that's called the apex. The tip of that triangle is going to be your foliage. Let that process. You can actually I let it process for about 45 minutes, but Simply Blonde lighteners you can typically let process up to 55 minutes to an hour. Let it process, shampoo it out. Of course, I shampooed it out with the love of my life, the Snail CC collection. I think I use that on just about everybody. It's good for fine hair. It's awesome for thick hair. It puts nice, supple moisture into hair that's dry and brittle. And as we get a couple birthdays under our belts, our hair gets a little bit brittle, gets a little bit dry, gets a little bit coarser. But I feel like the Snail collection helps to tame that down some and give us that softness and that youthfulness that we had. So we shampooed her with that, and then we glazed her with Kenra Color Demi and 8BRM. So let's take a look at the after pictures. So as you can see, it just gave her a really nice brightness. It gave her a really pretty sense of, she still looks like herself, but she just appears fresher. It makes you look like you've had a full 8 hours of sleep, even if you've only really had like 2 or 3 or 4, if you're like me. Don't judge me. I have a lot of Starbucks. So let's take a look at some befores and afters so you can really get an idea of what Miss Sophia looked like when she sat in my chair and what she looked like when she was leaving. Beautiful difference. Her hair felt and looked so shiny. I wish you could see it. I wish you could smell it. Like the Snail, it just smells so good. It's like a perfume. And I'm not typically one that likes the way things smell because your hair is super close to your face. It's the first thing you smell. But I love smelling that Snail cream, that Snail shampoo and conditioner, and the CC cream. She was blown out with the Daily Provision and just a little bit of Revive oil on her ends. I blew her out smooth, and before I used a 1-inch iron for her beach waves, I sprayed on the Kenra Hot Spray 20 to give her some hold and give her some heat protection. So I'm excited to introduce this collection to everybody, to the world. I cannot wait. I feel like everybody needs to see this. I can't wait to get behind a chair and do this on somebody. Like, this is going to be awesome.